This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And I read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48, in response to Dr. Umar Johnson's, statement that he made, which is very true. Okay, and he brought out a lot of good points, in this show that he's having with someone. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson does bring out a lot of good points, when he speaks. But the problem with him is he deals with this, this going back to Africa, this African mindset, okay, which we are the Hebrew Israelites, okay, whom consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid and Indian descent, okay, and wherever you may be, scattered to the four corners of the earth, due to the curses, whatever language you may speak as well, as long as your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Like I said, no matter what you look like, no matter what language you speak, no matter what land you're living in now, you are an Israelite. Okay? If your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are an Israelite. But let's play this quick clip.
Our children on their own, okay? And then on top of that, you also have a black economy, which is totally dominated by people who do not look like us. I don't care where you go on the planet, black people are not in control of their economy. Your rice, your bread, your milk, your sneakers, your hats, your clothing, your transportation, your electronics, everything you buy is being sold to you by somebody who don't look like you, but more importantly, don't care about you.
What would be the solutions? Because, this is a statement, but now what could be the solutions?
Solutions are simple. And the solution hasn't changed since Marcus Garvey articulated it over 100 years.
Right, and Marcus Garvey had that same mindset as well. That's going back to Africa movement mindset, which once again, which is a mindset of, a mindset of the false way. Okay, I can't really think of the word right now, but so let's read this again, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48, because see, this is what people are missing because they don't have the understanding of the scriptures. All right, to why things are happening on the earth to us as a people. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48 again. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in the want of all things, or in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So, yes, we have to go to our enemies, okay, our enemies, for the want of all things. So all the things that we, need, okay, all the things that we want, yes, we have to go to someone of another nation. Okay, and everything is predominantly ran through Esau Edom, who is the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, because these other nations, they're helping keeping the foot on our neck as well. Okay, but see, they're just in bed with this whore. Okay, this whore is America Babylon the Great. Okay, they're in bed with this whore to make some money and just to take it back to their home. Okay, and while doing so, they're benefiting off of Jake. All right, so let's play this. Let's listen to this one more time.
Our children on their own, okay? And then on top of that, you also have a black economy, which is totally dominated by people who do not look like us. I don't care where you go on the planet, Black people are not in control of their economy. Your rice, your bread, your milk, your sneakers, your hats, your clothing, your transportation, your electronics, everything you buy is being sold to you by somebody who don't look like you, but more importantly, don't care about you.
But here's the thing. It's not just black people. Okay? It's the Israelites. Us as a whole are in this state. Okay? Or in us as a whole or in this condition. You see? Which made me think of getting this one. The book of we're staying in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 44 says, let's start at verse 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And this is what has happened, okay? For our disobedience to the Heavenly Father, this is the curses that fell upon us. And you can look all across the world. This is happening to our people. No, not just black. The Latino people, our Latino brothers and sisters, okay? Our Native American and Seminole Indian brothers and sisters, okay? So-called. And see, and me, even me just referring to, my people, is that's in the curses as well. Let's just read this. We hear Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. What I just used, those titles that E gave us, was a byword. Native American. No, according to the Bible, they are who? The Gadites. Okay? Negro. Well, according to the Bible, y'all from who? The tribe of Judah. Latino. And this is going into the Latin-speaking tribes. Us use one, they call the one brothers and sisters, Puerto Ricans. Right? And literally that word came from, that place was deemed that because it was the Puerto Riches. You see? So these are proverbs and bywords, okay? And amongst these people, where we have been driven, we have become an astonishment. You see? Amongst all these different nations. Right? Now, jumping down to the first verse, it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Okay? Because we're over these other nations. All right? We're the chosen people. We're the people of the Lord. We're that peculiar people. Right? But see, as we fail, we're now what? In this lower state. Okay? But very soon, we're going to be back above these other nations. All right? In rulership. Even though I always mention, even the condition that Jake in now, according, in the eyes of the Lord, guess what? We're still above all these other nations. Okay, we're still above them, but and on a physical aspect though, right now the Lord have us, below them, of us dealing with finishing out our punishment. Okay, and He has put these nations on top of us, for our disobedience. So this is a punishment unto us, But the Lord still looks at us, above these people, because these people, were ever reputed as nothing, as Priest Edris would say, as the scriptures say, right? These people who were reputed for nothing have began to be what? Lords over us. You see? So let's continue on down. It says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which we didn't do. Okay? We broke the agreement with the Heavenly Father. So what happened? Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So Jake, you want to understand why you're going through what you're going through today? Open the scriptures, okay? Open the scriptures and read. All right? Or you can, you know, take notes. Listen to the men of the Lord that's constantly doing this work on highways and byways, preaching or prophesying, or just throwing up vids like this, so you can get some understanding of why we're going through what we're going through. What is the solution? Okay, to get of how we're going to get out of this condition that we're in. You see what I'm saying? What these people have, they're trying to come up another way, and the solutions that they're coming up with is not going to work. Okay, it's not going to work. I don't care how well thought out they think their plans may be, but it's you know what, it's not going to work. It's going to come to naught. All right, let's get this. We can close out. Baruch chapter 4 verse 6, it says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered into your enemies." Okay, so we were delivered into the hands of this devil. Okay, the sword of the Lord, Esau, Edom, for our punishment. So that's why we were sold to the nations, because we pissed the Most High off. You see? And Jake, we be pissed about the condition that we're in. How we're downtrodden. But look how the Lord looked at us. He was pissed off, of the things that we were doing. What that spiritual fornication. You see, amongst many other things. All right, so I just wanted to touch on the spirit. Lord willing, hope it was edifying. Until next time, I want to say, Shalom.